Welcome to Tea with Lilybet and to a beautiful autumn day in Melbourne. I've got some household tasks that I need to get done and some new items that I purchased for the apartment that I want to share with you in this video. But it's been such a hard week that I'm going to start with a calming cup of tea. If you watched my live video, you'll know that my cat Millie recently passed away. She was 16 years old and had been unwell for quite a long time, but it was still a shock to lose her. I know it is early days and I'm only just beginning to come to terms with her death. I want to thank all of you who sent condolences and shared stories about your own pets. It meant so much to me and made me feel like I was part of a community that understood how important pets are in our lives and how much we miss them when they go. Today started out pretty well until I decided to do some posts on Instagram and TikTok about Millie. I wanted to let people know who had been following me on those platforms that she had passed. But doing that really triggered me and I had many tears. I was so strong last week, but this week it feels like her loss has hit me even harder and I have been struggling. But after releasing some of those emotions, it's time to get on with my day and hopefully distract myself with some practical things around the apartment. These are my new outdoor chairs. I actually bought them just over a week ago, and so far I'm pretty happy with them. I had to go to Bunnings, which is a local hardware chain here in Australia, and I needed to pick up a new clothes drying line because my old one had broken, and Millie had just passed, and I was needing to distract myself. So I went up to the garden center and I saw these lovely chairs, and I thought they would actually look quite good out here. At the moment, I've got the cushions from my old setup on here. Millie loved to sleep on them. They probably look and feel more comfortable without the cushions on them. I might just take them off for now and get a closer look at these. The name of the chair is the Mimosa Ken's Carver Dining Chair. The main body of the chair is made of a recycled plastic material, which is perfect for outdoors. And then there are these eucalyptus timber legs. The wood is sustainably obtained. That's one nice thing about them. And because they're outdoor chairs, they're waterproof, which is an improvement on what I had before. They've got these little holes here where if any water does get on the chairs, it can run through. And the back has got a nice little slope on it. So I've noticed that I can lean back nicely in them and feel quite comfortable. They're a really good height for me. I'm only 5'2" or 157 centimeters, so I often find that with many chairs my feet are dangling, but this is quite comfortable for me, and these chairs are so much more comfortable than the dining chairs that I had out here. So I just decided to buy them and see what I thought of them, but so far I'm quite convinced that I'm going to be keeping them. They go pretty well with the creamy touches that I have, the little wooden shelf and wooden table and these cream cushions that I have on this outdoor chair. And I really like the detail of these little slats that they've got along the back and sides of the chair. I wonder if they're there just to let some air through so it doesn't become too warm when you're sitting in a plastic chair in the sunshine. But they also have this beautiful minimalist sleek design. The legs are tapered, which I've discovered that I really like. That's that sort of Scandi style about it. And the low profile of the chairs means they're not going to block the view of the trees from inside the apartment. With this warm weather, I want to make sure that my plants don't dry out, so I'll give them a quick water before I head back inside. So in the last couple of weeks, I've picked up a few little things that I needed. I wanted to get some new tea towels because the ones that I had were mainly sort of animal prints and they were getting quite worn out. And I wanted something that had a more sophisticated look but was really super absorbent. So I found these ones. They're from a store called Wheel and Barrow, and apparently these have got pretty good reviews. So they're 100% cotton, and they've got this lovely little hanging tab here. They came in a pack of 4, so I just got one pack, and I've washed them. So I'm going to try them out, and if they do end up being good, I can always go back and get another pack. The next thing I got was a brush for the kitchen. The great thing about this brush, it's got this little loop that it can hang on. It's a nice strong wire handle. It's got this conical shape, which is great for getting into bottles. But the thing I like the most, it's got this little separate brush on the end. And that is so handy to get light dirt and crumbs off a pan or something that you don't want to scratch too much. It can also get into the corners of glasses or jars and loosen up anything that might be stuck in those corners. This is my old one here, and I didn't realize that I actually ended up buying exactly the same one. It's completely discolored now. I've cleaned it many times, disinfected it. The bristles have gotten too soft and they're just completely filthy. So I was so excited that I went to the store. I didn't bring my old one with me, and I picked up the exact same one without realizing it. It's made in Germany, and it's just such a useful thing to have in the kitchen. This is the other little brush that I use for my dishes, and I use that for pans and dishes that have a little bit more dirt on them and harder to clean. I've tried so many different solutions over the years. I've tried those self-sudsing sponges that have the soap in the handle and it kind of oozes out the end. I've tried those green scouring pads, and they're pretty good, but they can scratch things a little bit. I do sometimes use those for cleaning sinks and that sort of thing. I've tried the standard plastic brushes you get from the supermarket that just have the plastic head and very, very harsh bristles. I've tried ones that are sort of like a tubular shape, round with bristles all the way around. And all of those have been effective in different ways. Like anything else in life, it's been trial and error. But I really feel like now with these 2 types of brushes, I found the solution that works the best for me. So that was good to get. And the store that I got it from is called the Hub General Store. It's a beautiful little homeware store in Collingwood. And if you're ever in Collingwood in Melbourne, you should go along and check it out. And you'll just absolutely love it. It's got so many cute things. It's great for gifts. It's got journals, soaps, little bits of gourmet food. So it's great at Christmas time if you want to buy a gift for someone. The next thing I got was this container for disinfectant wipes. I actually didn't buy this one. My sister Allie gave it to me. She has them at home. I usually like to get those wipes that can be used both on hands and surfaces, so it's a bit more skin friendly, but I couldn't find any, so I just got these surface wipes for now. I reuse my instruments with multiple clients, so I need to disinfect them every single time they get used, just for infection control, especially in these COVID times, but also with colds and flus and other germs. Once the instruments are cleaned, I pack them away in my wonderful new storage cupboard, and I've even found a spot for the disinfectant wipes. And then the last thing I got was a new clothes drying rack. There was one that I had for many years that you might have seen in previous videos, and I got almost the identical one. I really love it because I don't have a clothing line in this place. That was one of the things that I gave up when I downsized. And I don't really want to put a clothing line up on my lovely balcony. All I need is just this little rack. It's quite a slim design. I usually put my delicates and my cleaning rags on this bottom rack, and you can just keep it in this A-frame and put some things on each side. If it's a cold night, I'll keep it indoors, and I'll just put it in this corner like this, and it's a really handy way to dry socks or any little things that you might need for the next day. I also like to use it with just one side open. This model is an improvement on the previous one that I had. It is a bit lighter and easier to move around, and it also has this neat little extra hanging rack on one edge, which is great for hanging up socks and delicates and any smaller items. and then it can be fully opened. I've draped whole bed linen sets over the top of this and been able to dry lots of tea towels and whole loads of washing on this rack. Because it's so lightweight, I can pack it away really quickly and easily, and I like to store it next to my washing machine for easy access. It's mid-autumn in Melbourne, so it's time to swap from my summer duvet over to my winter one.
You went there every summer, that place you're thinking of, the music you remember from when you were in love. Let yourself heal.
The lightweight summer duvet I have been using is pretty new, so I don't need to clean it, but I will air it out overnight before putting it away.
It's easy to feel, running along the beaches that once belonged.
While I'm waiting for the sheets to dry, at least I'll be able to put the duvet and pillow covers on the bed. So finishing making up the bed won't seem like such a big task later in the evening when I'm tired. I was hoping to get a bit more done today. My energy just felt a little bit low. I really wanted to change over from my summer clothes to my winter capsule, but at least I was able to change over to the winter duvet. And I've got the pillow slips and the duvet cover on there. I think it's time to finish up for the day, and hopefully tomorrow I'll wake up with some renewed energy to be able to do the winter changeover. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up. And if you aren't already subscribed, I would love to welcome you to this channel. So thank you for joining me for this video, and I look forward to seeing you in the next one. Bye for now.